Try to get my phone to stay here without falling my bracket. It's not so new anymore. So as you know, everybody's the 4 people who watch what I do on here. I had a building I built up here, pulled permits by the county. It's all on file. I got copies of all that here. I built where they showed me to build, but yet a neighbor found an old survey done by a man who Tennessee had pulled his license. No longer can survey Tennessee. They based a complaint on that old survey. This shows their survey they pulled on me, used against me. I guess they aren't aware that I'm the one that helped install their septic tank. And I got condemned in 2016 after the fires. So I know what I'm talking about. Let me pause this for just a sec. So I know what I'm talking about. Mechanic condemned your septic tank because your house burned down and it's on the edge of the driveway. They condemned it. And all the equipment drivers do there crushed it in, collapsed it on top of itself, but it's on the actual right of way. The tree stump up there, big old tree stump. That tree stump is at the edge of the tank, man. It collapsed. I was there when it collapsed. Pictures, video, all that stuff. In fact, they filled it full of old carpeting from the house. Collapsed it back on top of itself. I know what I'm talking about. So, going on, had 4 surveys done. They're all registered and signed by the owner. Theirs never even had the owner's signature on it. It's a survey they pulled on somebody. Said, we're going to move these boundaries over here and don't tell nobody. That's how people do this stuff. But anyways, they said the building that I built was in violation a couple feet by the right-of-way. So I had to move the building to keep from getting sued. So, I'm a Christian. I know you're supposed to avoid that if possible. But here's the thing though, the surveys that I have done says any man who challenges the surveys that were done says cursed is your family and your kids will all die. Yeah, he put that on there. Literally, I'll show you that. And I like that. In fact, he found a scripture that guarantees that in Deuteronomy. I thought, that's cool. Yeah. And I'm telling you this much right now, it's prophesied to me. The building that I put up there was put exactly there for a reason. Now, I moved it one time by myself. 1.5 inches. I moved it 1.5 inches, which wound up being like 3 degrees more southeast on the compass. Not the physical location. I had a fixed pin. I was told to put it right there by Miss Linda. Before we even knew there was a view up there. We didn't know there was a view up there. It was all just giant trees. You couldn't see nothing anywhere. Anyways, people came back and gave me the property after the fires. We're saving some of their kids and stuff. And it's been a problem ever since because the people up there have been up there since '73 by themselves. They claim that right-of-ways are private driveways. They've been the only house up there since '73. Public right-of-way. It does go straight through their front yard. Now, if we keep it where it is, it still runs right over top of the septic tank, literally. That means I can drive any equipment I want through there and crush that brand new tank that I put in there 7 years ago. There's nothing anybody can do about it. That's what that means. A little bit congested. I'm going to go out and work in the rain all day today. As you can see, it's pouring the rain again. So the new survey shows that they came out there with these, they found the county road. It's all the dirt they took off my land. They dug these big pits so I couldn't build anywhere. They dug up the only buildable area, which is a very small area anyway. It's 100 feet wide at the top. And half of that's a cliff edge. So you've got 20-foot right of way, so you're down to 30 feet. Out of that 30 feet, they took 20 feet of it and dug 14-foot deep pits all the way across so no one could ever build on there. Yeah, I got lots of pictures of that. I'll show you later. But the attorney I had didn't admit those in court. They said they weren't valid. I said, he says it doesn't apply to the complaint. I said, this is the complaint. It's a right-of-way location. They dug giant holes in it so I couldn't use my land. Anyways, going on. They got the surveys done. Verified that I'm perfectly fine. But this is where your curse from Christ himself comes into place. The more I disassemble that building and prep it for its move, the more this country will fall apart. So, cursed is your kids. Guess what that means? That means your kids are going to keep on dying. That's it, guys. You killed your own kids. Messing with something that's bigger than you. I've always said it's bigger than me. So, yeah, just keep watching. Your kids are going to keep getting slaughtered and killed because of a choice made by a cabin company. And as always, God always takes out the kids of those who are cursed. Just the way it is. It's just a battle that's gone on for thousands of years. It's not mine. The building will be moved, and each day I rip apart the foundation for movement, move more concrete. More craziness is going to keep on happening. You're going to see grown men, women who are child at mind just do crazy off the wall, shoot themselves in the face, set themselves on fire, drive themselves off bridges, drive themselves into daycare camps. They're going to see all kinds of crazy stuff going on. The more I move the building, the more it's going to happen. It's been prophesied. It's been freaking me out all my entire life. I've had many occasions, and I still don't understand this, where total, absolute strange women. They're small people. They're not like little midgets or anything, but they're small people. Really small frames, different dark. I don't know what their heritage is. Usually it's black hair, it's straight. I don't know what they are, and they're always old, really old, like really old. And they'll walk up to me, they'll walk by, if they're in their walkers or their wheelchair or whatever. The ones who are still walking, walk by, and then they'll stop and look back at me, kind of turn their head like dogs do sometimes. Some of them quite rapidly come back up to, and they don't tell me what they're doing or who they are. They just grab my face, and they say, "Awaken, sleeper." And what is that? What does that even mean? I don't get that at all. And I was like, "What? Oh, back off! Who are you? What are you grabbing my head or my face for? What does that even mean?" And the ones who will talk to me in the broken English that I can't understand that they have, will say, "Someday you will understand." No, I don't. Here's what I do see with my physical eyes. Ooh, I cut myself right there. As I started tearing this building apart last week, some really crazy stuff's been going on, and I can only quote what was put on the survey: "Your kids are going to die." It's signed in blood, it looks like. It's not my blood. So, anyway, freaky story. That's a fact, Jack. What's going on right now? The child-minded, I can remember that verse myself, will be the ones who do all of it. Will be the ones getting killed. Goodness.